Welcome to our channel. You're certain one of the chosen people to have extraordinary experiences here and beyond. So, enjoy our curious video. Humanity has always been shaped by an immense diversity of cultures, customs, traditions, and religions. And yet, little by little, many people begin to feel a subtle question arising within them. What if all the stories told throughout centuries were part of a single story told from different points of view, adapted to be more accessible to each people? This question does not come from opposition. It comes from curiosity, from observation, from paying attention. Today, we are not here to decide what is right or wrong, nor to define which belief is true. We are simply here to observe history carefully, like someone opening an ancient book and reading it with patience and respect. Since the earliest times, human beings have searched for meaning for life, for death, for the forces of nature, for suffering, and for hope. In different parts of the world, peoples who never met each other created myths, rituals, and sacred stories to explain what could not be seen. What is curious is that even separated by oceans and centuries, these narratives often share the same themes: a creative source, a bridge between the divine and the human, cycles of death and rebirth, and the promise of inner transformation. Is this a coincidence? Or is it something deeper within the human experience? The word syncretism may sound complex, but the idea behind it is simple. Syncretism is the process through which cultures and religions meet, interact, and influence one another. This does not always happen through force. Very often, it happens through adaptation. When a new belief reaches a people, it needs to be understood. And to be understood, it is often translated using symbols, stories, and images that already exist within that culture. Old narratives do not disappear. They transform. When we study the religious history of humanity, certain patterns begin to emerge. Spiritual figures who are born in extraordinary ways teach love, justice, and transformation are rejected by systems of power, experience suffering, and leave a message that transcends their death. We see rituals of purification through water, the theme of light overcoming darkness, the idea of a kingdom not only in the world, but within the human being. These themes appear again and again, with different names, different languages, and different symbols. Perhaps not as copies, but as echoes. One way to understand this is to see religions as symbolic languages. Just as music can be expressed through different instruments, the same truth can be told in many ways. For some cultures, it came through myth. For others, through laws. For others, through parables, poetry, and rituals. This perspective does not diminish faith. It may actually reveal how rich and profound the human spiritual experience truly is. And so, we return to the initial question: what if all these stories are part of a single, greater narrative? A narrative about consciousness, about human maturity, about the search for meaning. Perhaps each religion is a lens. None reveals the whole picture alone, but each reflects something true for the people who lived it. Not as absolute contradictions, but as chapters written in different times and cultures. This video is not a conclusion. It is an invitation. An invitation to look at history with less haste, more curiosity, and deeper respect. Because perhaps, by understanding the stories of others, we begin to better understand our own. If this reflection resonated with you, stay with us. There is still much to explore. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey, consider subscribing to our channel.